Hi there DeeperNaut and welcome to this Friday's video, which is all about the brand new firmware update 1.2.2. Now it's brand new and it should have been pushed to your device already, however sometimes it doesn't. In my case it didn't. So I'm going to show you how to install it and then we're going to go through what this firmware update means. Quite a bit has changed, the map's better, there's some like instructional stuff on there as well. So let's go through the device install. So if it hasn't already been pushed to your device, this is how you get it. It's dead simple, really easy. Log into your dashboard at 34.34.34.34, log in, and you'll get this. You'll have a little button there that says manual upgrade. So click that and you'll get this. Now it's really important that don't restart your device or anything, just leave it. However, if this goes on for too long, check to see what Wi-Fi connection you're actually on. Because what happens is, when the device will restart, your computer will lose access to the internet, so it'll connect to another Wi-Fi device or access point if you've got one saved. So in my case, I've got three internets in my house. So when the device restarted, this didn't change, it just moved me on to another connection. So I'm wondering, is it going to change? And I was there for like 7 minutes and then I realised, oh, I'm actually on a different network. So I rejoined the device that I just updated and logged in and it was fine. So bear that in mind. Alright, and once you log back in, you can see there that it's the latest version 1.2.2 and the button to update has gone. So it's all successful, it's all done. So now let's take a look at what the update actually means and what has changed. Alright, so let's take a look at the list. Now this is a massive list. I think it's the biggest amount of changes that we've ever had. So starting from the top, added browser cache warning message, added YouTube app to app relocator, changed sharing bandwidth limit range, fixed web filter issue, fixed empty notification on dashboard, fixed the issue of too many incoming tunnels, modified public IP change, modified upstream SSID change, implemented backup tunnels for DPN Smart Route, implemented URL conversion for domain/IP config pages, improved CPU mode for Pico, improved DHCP, improved security, a bit big, improved HTTPS ads filter to support YouTube iOS app version 18+, supported access point under virtual wire mode, supported new Wi-Fi dongle, that's news, updated app relocator page, updated DPN mode page, updated the tunnel page, updated the HTTPS ads filter guide for Mac, which is relevant to me, updated the reboot process, updated the sharing log format, and updated the world map chart. So you can see there, I mean, that's a lot of updates. There's a lot of stuff which has been put into this update. It's pretty big. So we're going to start from the very top. I'm going to go through and I'm going to physically show you, or visually show you, what this means bit by bit. Okay, I'll be as fast as I can. I realise it's a long list. Okay, so first on the list is browser message for the cache warning. Simple little message, little line of text, just to let you know that you've got to do something like clear your cache if it doesn't work. The second thing is added the YouTube app to the geolocator thing. Now, this is really cool. So I did a video on how to get it for like £1.15 a month. Well, they're doing it for you. And you can see it's been added, but it's also got this new thing on the right that says you can get a better deal. So if you use the recommended tunnel, you get 78% off. That's new and that's cool. I like that. Another really brilliant feature which is amazing for this, they've changed the limit. It now says you have to limit between 15 megabits per second and 1 gigabit per second. You can't only share like 500 kilobytes or 1.5 meg. You've got to share 15 megabits per second if you've got that. If you haven't got it, then it's fine. But that's really good. That will help the network to no end. Fantastic. Alright, so the next three are bug fixes. Web filter issues. I can't really show you these. Empty notification on the dashboard and incoming tunnels. Now there's a guy, I think it was Jacob PE, and he had this problem. And hopefully his device is okay now because he was getting a lot of incoming traffic. So fantastic. Hope that's sorted that out. Just shows that they do actually listen to us. Now I also can't show you these. These are modifications, so they currently already exist. They've just tweaked them a bit, made like an improvement. I don't know how it fits in with the actual device. because that's like a back-end thing, and I'm not privy to stuff like that. However, it's great, you know, all for the best. So now let's get on to something that I can show you. So the backup for the tunnels for the DPN for the smart route. We've now got this brand new bit here, which basically explains how smart route works in kind of like a nutshell thing. That's really cool. And now you've got smart route, full route disabled, but it has recommended next to smart route, which is new. You haven't got the kill switch toggle thing there. We've now got this backup tunnel. So it basically says when there's a problem with the current tunnel, it will go to the backup tunnel until the other tunnel resumes. So you pick your backup tunnel, and then if the connection goes for whatever reason and you run out of tunnels, it'll drop back to the backup tunnel, and then when you have a tunnel again, it'll go back to the first one. So that's really cool. That looks really nice. So for the next part, we have the device URL for device IP address thing. Now I thought it was, you know, when you go to like your router setup and you can type in like tplink.wifi and it resolves to an IP address. That's what I thought it was, but it's not. Big thanks to Zoom who cleared all this up. So they've basically changed the smart route list and the IP config list, so it's a lot more clearer now. So it's got these little ghosted text things so you can see what you should put in those, and you also have the little warning right at the bottom, or bit of advice, just basically saying the backup tunnel is now active in smart routing mode. If the added tunnel temporarily lacks available nodes, the system will default to using the standby tunnel. And then it tells you what your standby tunnel is. So mine is Switzerland. And then they've also done exactly the same thing, but with the smart IP list page, because the last one, the IP, most people didn't know how to use it. It was a bit confusing, but they've basically copied it. So now you know that you only have to put an IP address in to use the smart route, which is really cool. And actually, one thing to notice, see in the IP box, it's got a local private IP address. That's an internal IP address. Are they saying that you can actually make certain devices on your network go through different routes? So maybe your iPhone in your pocket might go to facebook.com, and maybe your computer might go to a different facebook.com. That's interesting. You'll have to try that. We also have a few improvements which we can't really show you. So the CPU mode for the Pico has been improved. It's been a big issue for a time that the CPU has been a bit lacking, as is the RAM. They've improved the DHCP, which is basically the lease system for IP addresses. So it should work better on how to see the devices that are connected to your network, and then improve security. What have they improved as part of security? I'll never know, and you'll never know, because it's just one of those things. But that's a good thing. And lastly, for the list of improvements, is ad blocking has been improved on iOS 18 Plus. iPhones and stuff had a massive update recently, and a couple of people have experienced issues, so that should hopefully fix that. And moving on, we now have the supported access point under virtual wire mode. So virtual wire mode, I believe, is when you connect the mini or whatever between your modem and your router. Usually you couldn't have an access point as part of that, but apparently now you can. So if you can use the Wi-Fi dongle on your mini or your mini SE or the Pico, perhaps you can create an access point which people could connect to, as well as have an Ethernet as well. So I'll test that out. I'll get back to you on that. And support the new Wi-Fi dongle. Now that's news to me. We apparently have a new one. I haven't seen it. I haven't heard anything about it, but this kind of says that we're going to have a new one soon. Great. The last one was okay, but you know, why not? Okay, so now we move on to the new geolocator updates. Now in the smart routing mode, there are no available nodes in the current tunnel. The system will switch to the backup tunnel because it is Switzerland. I think that's new. I can't really remember what the old one looked like, to be fair. And you also have the discounts listed on the recommended nodes that you can use. I've covered that in minute 2 or something. So that is new. Well, I think it's new. I can't remember. We also previously touched on this new little page thing here. So you have the backup tunnels and stuff like that. And they've basically changed the entire training kind of template thing. So they've tried to show you in an easy and quick way how it all works. So that is new, but I've covered that before. And now we move on to a pretty big change, and that is the tunnels page. So when you go into the tunnels, you get the list of tunnels you have. We now have the same thing at the top, and you have the same kind of thing, number of active IPs. I'm behind a private IP address on this device particularly. But you'll notice that the active IP, it's now been hashed out, so you can't see it. That's a privacy issue, and you click the little eye and you can bring them up. Now that's probably for if you do a YouTube video and you don't want people to see what IP you're connected to. Or maybe somebody over your shoulder. You've got the switch active IP, which works the same as the way in which it did before, and then you have the reinitialize the tunnel to get another 3 IP addresses. Now I thought it was 5, however they have said there that you get 3. So have they reduced the amount of tunnels or IP addresses that you can have? I mean, to be fair, you could just use 3, and if they're all bad, you could just refresh them and then get 3 more. But it's a moot point. What would be good is if they put a speed test on these tunnels. Just a little colour, like red for bad, green for good, blue for awesome. I know a lot of people want that, and I want that too. And we know that Deeper does actually listen to the feedback from the users within the community, and we've had a lot of things which we've asked for, and they've actually done it. So we're probably going to get that at some point soon. Well, maybe not soon, but at some point. I've asked for this for quite a few months, and I've done it in previous videos. They've also updated the sharing page. Now, I have no idea how. It looks exactly the same as what it did before. There must be something different in there. I don't know what it is, but if you know what it is, let me know. And finally, the world map. So the world map was okay before. It was a bit hit and miss. You can't zoom in and out still, which would be pretty cool, but you it runs a lot smoother now, and when you put your mouse over the actual things, it's a lot easier to see where the tunnel is going to and from. Obviously it doesn't tell you exactly where it's coming from, that would be ridiculous, but you know, you can actually move your mouse over it and it just works a lot better, which is nice, which is good. Alright, so let's get on with the quick fire thoughts. This video is a bit long, but I want to go through the actual firmware in depth. Just a reminder, if you haven't already, the DeeperConnect Air is still for sale, I believe. I could actually be wrong about that, but it's you can still get it for 99 bucks with the link in the description below. So if you've missed the discount offer at the very beginning, it's not too late. You can still get it. I get nothing for that. Okay, I just want them. I just want these nodes to grow. Yeah, so this update is actually pretty big. I mean, a couple of the things are massive, and it's what the community have actually asked for. So the access point in virtual wire mode, so people can use Wi-Fi devices directly to the DeeperConnect device, and also have the Ethernet lead go from the device to a router as well. That's pretty big. That's a massive update. Just that. They've made improvements with the Pico, the map's better, the geolocator, which is going to be a big selling point and a big attractor for people to come into the project. They've kind of tweaked that and made that better. The IP addresses are better, you know, and a lot of under the hood stuff. So the security is improved. The Pico CPU usage is optimized. We've got a sneak kind of hint that there's going to be a new Wi-Fi adapter that's going to be released. So yeah, I mean, I think this is quite a good update for us. I know a lot of people complain that the project isn't going on and it's not like moving, but it is. I mean, how can you say it's not? I mean, we've got the DeeperConnect Air, which is coming out. We're going to get deliveries of that in November. The updates are really good updates. It's not just like a little tweak here and a little tweak there every like 6 months. They are on it, and it's a development thing. So I've talked enough. Please like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I hope that this video was informative and you like it. Okay, have a great week, and I will see you on the next one. Bye bye.